Okay, so I totally lied when I said I was done talking, because I wasn't done talking. I was like thinking about this, and then I thought about it more, and I wanted to do a rant in Totoro pajamas. So like, who's gonna listen to me? No one, but that's okay. So about diets and things in general and stuff like that. You asked me in the car what the difference between Whole30 and Paleo and all of these things, and then you printed out a ton of documentation. I think that's really good. And yes, so a quick summary of diets that I'm aware of. You can do diets for like 3 different reasons. You can do them like morally, you can do them mentally, and you can do them physically. Morally would be like the vegan and vegetarian diets, like if you wanted to not eat animals. I'm gonna throw those out of the loop for now because I don't know that much about them, so that's not me hating on anyone, it's just I don't know anything, so I'm not gonna talk. But the other two, so Whole30 voids out a lot of foods that normally I would be like totally okay with. And these are like cocoa and eating egg banana pancakes, which are delicious because I've been on paleo and they're pretty great. The point of Whole30 is not just health. I mean, you can hear my cats being crazy. The point of Whole30 is not just health. The point of a Whole30 is also very mental. It's to prove to yourself that you have control over what you're eating and your body. Cool thing about it is it will help you lose weight. It just doesn't necessarily help you lose weight like as its only purpose. Like you're not gonna like lose like 20 pounds. You may lose like 2 inches, which is like really nice. You're not gonna lose like 20 pounds. And so Whole30 like really discourages eating foods that mimic desserts and foods that mimic bad foods. Like, don't just eat the paleo version of a dessert. That's fine if paleo is your lifestyle, but if you're eating those kind of like when you're first initiating things, you're not really setting the stage very well. So I do think it's a good idea that we also cut out wine, because it's kind of defeating the point if we don't. Like the Whole30 is really about like figuring out what makes your body tick and figuring out what makes you feel good and feel like better and more healthy and not grumpy or cranky all the time. It's kind of like after Whole30, like after this like initiation of I have control over what I eat and everything I eat is my choice, that you can start switching more to like the lifestyle diets like paleo or primal. And I'll talk more about the differences between those later, but just for the sake of Whole30 and so one last thing I will say, and I will talk about this more in another day or video. I don't have to script. I have to figure out and script it because it's just too much information. You don't need bread or pasta or any of those things to be healthy. You don't need them. You can live very healthy without them. I promise you. They're really good, but you don't need them. So you should listen to your body. You should listen if you're having a workout and you're lightheaded. You should listen to your body. If you are not feeling well, you should listen to your body. But just because you don't feel well, don't give in and say like, clearly like you read like all these like things like Whole30 was stupid or paleo is stupid. Week 4, everyone in my family failed and we all were crying for bread and it was terrible. Yeah, that's not a surprise, and carb flu shouldn't take you by surprise. It's a totally known fact. There's good reason of why you feel that way. It makes a lot of sense. Sugar, which is what carbs are, is an addiction. it works like an addiction in our brains, and you're going to go through the same symptoms as someone going through an addiction. Not like super a lot, but very similar. And the stages are very similar, and you will like grieve not being able to have sugar. And I'll talk more about why you don't need that much sugar probably later. But just know that you're not going to die from not eating bread for 30 days. I promise you. You'll be fine. Just eat balanced. Lots of big leafy vegetables so you can get fiber. Lots of, you want to get your carbs in, fine. Like, you have a really bad headache, totally fine. Go get a yam, a little sweet potato in the microwave does the trick for pretty much everyone. And eat fatty meats, like big steaks and stuff. Just put seasoning on them. Trust me, the fat is the flavor part, and the fat is good for you. One last point. Eat whenever you want on the Whole30. Just eat whatever you want. Whenever you want, however much you want. This is not a starvation diet. This is not a calorie diet. This is not a point diet. You literally, if it's on the list of okay things, you can eat it, and however much you want of it, all the time, whenever you want. And if it's not on the list, then just don't eat it. So, that's some points about Whole30s. Yeah, so I'm probably going to upload both of these. Hopefully they're good. I don't know, I keep making videos and they all suck. But, yeah. Alright, I love you. Have a good night. Bye.